very much. Thank you. Well, in this presentation, we're going to go one better than buying property, no money down. We're going to be talking about how to buy property and actually put cash in your pocket at the time of close. How many of you here in this room have ever bought a property that way, where you put cash in your pocket when you have closed the property? Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of you. Congratulations. Actually, this is not new. It's been going on for years, but I think in the past, the people who were doing this were the so-called heavy hitters. That is, the people who had great credit, who had good banking relationships. Generally, builders and developers were the ones who bought property and took cash out at the time of close. And here's what they do. They would go to a bank with their plans for a particular piece of property, and they would accompany those plans with what we call a pro forma, and that is the anticipated gross and net income from the property. And the lenders determine the value of a large property how? Based on the construction cost of the property or the income? Based on the income, right? So they would look at that income projection and they would say, we would be willing to loan X number of dollars based on what the property will generate in net income. Let me give you a real example, and this is a precise example that was done by a developer, a friend of mine, and it involved a 212-unit apartment building. He projected a gross income from that apartment building of $1,370,000, plugged in 5% vacancy, which seems to be the standard. And by the way, I'll just comment this way, that vacancy does indeed vary around the country. In some parts of the United States, particularly most of my properties are in Florida, I am operating at very close to 100% occupancy right now. As a matter of fact, because of forfeited deposits and because of rents going up during the course of the year, I think probably last year I operated at about 101 or 102% of projected gross income. In some parts of the country, even a 10% vacancy would not be fair. You've got to be realistic about that. But at any rate, he projected 5%, giving an effective gross income of $1,301,500. Vending, he projected at $35,500. Effective gross income then, including vending, would be $1,337,000. Lenders use a capitalization rate in determining value. I don't want to spend a long time about capitalization rate, but if you had cash and you were willing to pay all cash for that apartment building and you were looking for a 10% return on your investment, how much would you be willing to spend? Answer, $7,086,000. You with me? If you gave them $7,086,000, then you would indeed have a 10% return on your investment. Well, this particular bank that my friend went to used a 9.5% capitalization rate, so based on that, they determined the value and loaned